Hey everybody, Bob DiGiacomo, Intentional Growth Coaching, coming to you with another one of my awesome leadership tips for today. And hopefully all is well with you out there. It is a beautiful and sunny day. Hey, it's always beautiful and sunny, although we could use some rain for sure. My question, my topic today is, are you still playing the same way? Are you still playing the same way? I mean, we're dealing with so many things out there, the Chinese virus and people waiting to get back to the old normal. And then there's this new normal. And then, of course, we've got the now normal, and all of them apply. I was recently reading an article that clearly asked that question, are you still playing the game the same way? And so I'm going to ask you again. So, are you still playing the game the same way? Well, it's time to stop playing the game the way you always have and to change it. I mean, face it, doing the way that you've always done it just doesn't cut it anymore. Things are different than they were 20 years ago. Things are different than they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Heck, things are different than they were last week, even yesterday. You need to disrupt the game, that game of life. You need to innovate. I always think of the classic line from the movie with Clint Eastwood about improvising, overcoming, adapting. You need to innovate. You need to be creative. There's no more status quo out there. Things continue to change. So here is also an important question to ask. What would it take for me to be a game changer in my field? Now, of course, I'm asking you that question, but with the law of the mirror, I'm actually looking in the mirror on a daily basis, and I'm asking myself that question. So I want you to ask that question of yourself on a daily basis as you look in the mirror with the law of the mirror. What would it take for me to be a game changer in my field? Well, I've discovered that there are 5 key areas that you would need to focus on so that you could indeed be that game changer. Number 1, be solution driven. You need to show those you deal with that you care, and you need to offer that which others care about. Add value to people. People love things. People love it when you add value to them. I want to hang out adding value to people who value people who want to add value to people. Um, find out what needs to be fixed and fix it. Secondly, how are you processing things? Times change, methods change. That's just what this topic is all about. The fact that times change and methods change. We're in a high-tech world, but we can never afford to leave out high touch. We've all got these electronic things, and I was listening today, and it may be the topic for another discussion, but I was listening today about how with all these electronic devices, we had changed into a non-connecting group of people out there. Even though we're so intent on connecting, we were connecting electronically, we weren't connecting person to person anymore. We'd go to a restaurant, and if you have the family with you, each one is on a different electronic device, and they're all texting away and what have you, and that family connection wasn't happening anymore. But now, because of this Chinese virus, these same electronic devices are being used for the purpose that they were intended to be used for. Did you realize that in like an iPhone, there's actually a phone built in, and that you can call people and ask them how they're doing, connecting, adding value? Hey, I'm going to the store. Can I get you anything that I can drop off to you? Hey, even if we wear masks, can I stop in and say hi and see you? Add value. Don't ever leave out that high touch. Third, how are you communicating with people? Not only do things change, but we must change the way we communicate. And I sort of touched on that in the high touch thing. But remember, we must change the way we communicate, and connection is the most important thing, because we only listen and understand 7% of the spoken word. 7%. Now, I heard in a news broadcast the other day how grammar was being banned in some places because it wasn't politically correct anymore. I don't know what we're going to do without grammar, but of course we could still connect. We can grunt, groan, do hand signals, and all sorts of other ways, but we must continue to be able to communicate and connect with people. Fourthly, is your message getting across? Yes, your message is different from communication, but it's intertwined for sure. Communication, connection. What is your message? What point are you trying to get across? Are people understanding? And five, what technology are you and can you use? Again, the old normal, we had different pieces of technology, but now as a result of what's been going on of late, we're using that same technology, but with a different format involved. There's Zooming, there's StreamYarding, there's Facebook and LinkedIn and all these different methods of technological advances, but we're now using them differently than what they may have originally been designed for. Um, or for some of you out there, are you waiting too long to get into technology? So what technology are you and can you use? Are you grabbing new technology or are you waiting to get into technology? So that's it. In conclusion, the best way to change your game is to change your game before it changes you. It's best to self-disrupt if you want to stay in the game. So be that disruptor out there. Be that game changer. Be that person who is realizing that, no, I can't continue to play the game the way I've always played it. I have to change and adapt. If I don't, everything is just going to pass me by. Well, maybe that might not be a bad thing for you, but it can get awfully lonely. So that's it. Bob DiGiacomo, Intentional Growth Coaching. Stay tuned. I'll be coming to you again with another leadership tip, and you don't want to miss it. Make it a great, wonderful, significant, and intentional day. Bye-bye.